Very helpful. Adam Thompson.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. And can I also thank all honourable members this evening, particularly those who secured the debate, but so many who've shared their incredibly powerful stories. We've heard from several honourable members this evening about the failures at Nottingham University Hospitals Trust in keeping mothers and their babies safe. In 2019, my constituents Carl Everson and Carly Wesson were expecting their daughter, Ladybird. During pregnancy, Carl and Carly were told that Ladybird had a fatal chromosomal abnormality, trisomy 13, also known as Patau's syndrome. They were told she was incompatible with life, that if she survived the pregnancy, she would live only briefly and would do so in severe pain. Faced with this devastating prognosis, Carl and Carly made the agonising decision to end their pregnancy. 2 weeks after Ladybird's funeral, they had an appointment where they were told that the long-term culture test showed a normal female karyotype. There was no evidence of Patau's. Ladybird had been a healthy baby. Carl and Carly later learned that Ladybird's death was not inevitable. It was the result of a misdiagnosis and a failure to follow national guidelines around abortion. The Abortion Act 1967 requires 2 doctors to form an opinion in good faith. But Carl and Carly learned through their investigations that the second medical practitioner was at best used as a rubber stamping exercise. This failure led to the loss of a very much loved and wanted baby child. Carl and Carly have spent 6 years fighting for answers, 6 years navigating a system that should have protected them. Today they continue their fight for answers and are working every day to ensure that guidelines around abortion are properly followed by doctors and laws updated if required. The second family I've worked closely with on this issue over the past year have been the Sissons. Sarah and Tony Sissons did not lose their son, Ryan. Indeed, Ryan joins us in the gallery today. But Sarah and Tony mourn every day for the child and indeed the man that Ryan could have become. Ryan was born healthy, but just 3 days after his birth, a sequence of errors and neglect at Nottingham City Hospital caused him to suffer a catastrophic brain injury. Consequently, Sarah and Tony were told that Ryan would never be able to walk or talk. Sarah was aged just 19 years old and was given no help to navigate her drastically changed life. Instead, the Sissons were handed a leaflet about adoption. Well, I understand that leaflet is still framed on the wall in their house. And Ryan told me today about how he learned to march in the Sea Cadets. And he showed me, actually, in Westminster Hall, and he was damn good at it. So he did a pretty good job of walking and talking, as far as I was concerned. Last month, Ryan turned 18, but he didn't go out with his friends to the pub to celebrate. He isn't applying to universities or doing an apprenticeship. Sarah and Tony are preparing their home so Ryan could live with them for the rest of their lives. Sarah gave up her career to care for Ryan. She spent his childhood fighting to get that care, battling with the NHS and local authorities, attending endless appointments and mourning the big life milestones that Ryan never really got to reach. Ryan is the oldest child being considered in the Nottingham Ockenden review. Of the nearly 2,500 families affected, Ryan was the first child. Ryan should not have been the first of thousands. The failures of Nottingham University Hospitals Trust should have been learned long ago, but they weren't. Those responsible have not yet been held accountable. Ryan should have had the chance to have enjoyed a happy, healthy childhood. Ladybird should be with her parents, far away from a House of Commons debate on baby loss. Despite the efforts made today by myself and colleagues, Madam Deputy Speaker, I don't believe it's possible to put into words how the failings of NUH Trust have profoundly impacted so many lives in my community. I hope deeply that this government is going to provide the justice they deserve.
And with a formal 3 minutes.